Woo. Oh yeah. All right. These are Apple AirPods 2. Should you upgrade? Let's find out in today's video. I bought Apple AirPods 2. Should you buy them? Are they worth your hard-earned money? If you own the previous gen, should you buy those as well? We're going to tackle all those questions in today's video, guys, as well as my own personal thoughts on the product. So let's jump right into things and start with my current experience with wireless headphones. My personal experience with wireless headphones. I bought the Bose SoundSport Freeze a couple months back, and I've been using those since then, and I still own them even though I've purchased the AirPods 2, and I'll be getting into my reasons why in the video. But first, let's take a look at AirPods 2 specs and how they compare to the previous generation. Specs wise, how do the Apple AirPods 2 stack up to the previous generation? Well, these things have 50% faster connectivity between devices. So if you're someone who owns the iPhone, the iPad, or even the Apple Watch, and you like to switch between your devices often, these things will do so 50% faster. So that's not going to apply to everyone, as everyone doesn't own all of these devices in the ecosystem. But for those of you who do, I'm sure this is well received. Cool, go crazy, awesome. On to latency. Now, the Apple AirPods 2 are going to be 30% lower in the latency department. So if you're someone who owned Generation Uno of the AirPods, you'll know that Apple is already famous for their low latency wireless headphones due to the H1 chip that they've now packed into their newer ones and the W1 chip as they had previously. So thank you, Apple. The upgrade might be somewhat imperceptible, but honestly, it's like wearing a pair of wired earphones at this point, which is nice, honestly. I'm not going to say no to lower latency while playing games, watching media, whatever you're doing. Audio faster to the ear is always a good thing. What comes with the AirPods 2 as well is Hey Siri functionality. So if you're someone who uses Siri a lot, and I actually found out that after getting these things that I am now someone who uses Hey Siri a lot, Siri will hear you much clearer on the AirPods than she will on the phone. Thank goodness for that. You no longer have to be in a large crowd yelling at your phone like a complete idiot trying to get Siri to hear you so you can get directions to the nearest Starbucks. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey! The AirPods I found in my use of them have heard me every single time, and I mean every single time that I've tried to summon Siri, whether it be in a crowded situation, loud noises around me, or if I'm just at home quietly, whatever. Every time I summon her, whether I want to be to up my music volume or to find directions someplace or whatever random fact that I want to know, which she probably won't be able to find anyway, I'm able to do that. So awesome. Hey Siri is actually a thing I'm starting to use now, even though Siri is an assistant. This makes her all the better. So steps in the right direction. Cool. Your AirPods wireless charging case is going to be equipped with Qi compatible charging. I believe it says on the box too, right? Hold on. The box here, it says, yeah, compatible with Qi certified chargers. Oh, what is this? Works with AirPower Mat. Oh, funny, it works with something that doesn't even exist. Come on, Apple. Oh, yeah, if any of you guys were waiting for AirPower like I was, sadly that is not going to be happening. But it will work with any Qi wireless charger if you get the wireless charging case. So cool. It works with your other devices. It'll work with that. They're all compatible. Everything works except for AirPower. Which I guess takes me into what you can do as far as price points are concerned with buying AirPods 2. So you'll have three different options, one of which isn't really buying AirPods 2, but let's start off with that one. Is you can first off purchase AirPods wireless charging case for $80. I know that's kind of a high price point, but if some of you guys were looking to upgrade your current AirPods with wireless capability, Apple gives you the option to do so, which I guess is nice. Good flexibility if you're someone who wants to do that. You won't have to buy AirPods 2 in the process. Now, if you do want to buy AirPods 2, what you'll be doing is paying $160, which is actually the same price that you would be paying back in the day if you were purchasing AirPods 1, which I'm actually impressed with Apple for doing. I didn't think they'd be able to push it down to the same price. I was actually expecting the $200, but that is what they reserved for their wireless charging case version of the AirPods. So if you want AirPods 2 with wireless charging capabilities, you'll have to shell out $200, which is honestly expected. It's what we kind of all expected for the price point to be. If you don't really care about wireless charging, honestly go with the $160. They're the same AirPods 2 as the higher end ones. And you'll get to save $40, maybe go take your girlfriend, whoever, or just yourself to a nice dinner, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you'll have extra money in your pocket, which is always nice. So on to my opinions of the product. Well, I currently still own the Bose SoundSport Freeze, and I now own the Apple AirPods 2, and this is for very good reason, and this is kind of the point I want to drive home with this video is use case. My Bose Soundsport Freeze have a use case, and my AirPods 2 have a use case. These are not products that one of them is going to be that one size fits all, I can always take to everything sort of thing. The wireless headphone space is sadly not at that point yet. But they each have their place, and I'm about to go into those. The Bose Soundsport Freeze I use for running. They're great. They have wonderful sound quality. Bose has their sound quality nailed down to a T. The low end bass, I can hear that. I can actually feel the bass as if I was wearing a pair of over-ear headphones. And the high ends sound really clear, great, not very tinny at all, which is honestly very welcome. Sadly, they come in a bigger pill-shaped case. As you can see, there's the wireless headphones in there. And these things are kind of chunky, kind of big, not necessarily fashion forwards. I have been mistaken to be wearing hearing aids with these things, which I've had to clarify that a couple times. But if you're someone who doesn't care about that, then it's totally fine, it's whatever. But if you are someone who wants to flex on people and fashion forwards, then boom, here you go, AirPods 2, your very own dental floss equipped headphones. So the battery life on these things is not going to be as good as the Bose Soundsports. Sadly, those are pretty good as far as battery life is concerned. I can go a couple days without charging them, and it's totally fine. Depending on the use of them, of course, how often I'm using them. But the AirPods 2, you'll want to be charging probably every night or every other night, depending again on how much you use them. But the upside is then you get a smaller form factor. I can forget about these things in my ear. I can forget about them in my pocket in the first place, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I bought my AirPods, which is the really thing that these things shine in, is the convenience factor. They connect fast to your devices. They are really easy to start listening to as far as like switching between songs and Hey Siri functionality. Could double tap one ear to go forward, double tap to go back. I can take them out to if I need to listen to something needs my attention, and it'll pause the music or whatever I'm listening to. If I put them back in, it'll start up again, and then I can Hey Siri if ever I need to change volume or whatever, or I need some information or something or other that you would want to use Hey Siri for. Also, fun fact, if you didn't know, you can also use Hey Siri to up your volume multiple steps or down multiple steps. So just say, Hey Siri, up volume 2 steps if you don't want to be just going Hey Siri multiple times, or if your phone's not in reach. So, fun tip. I actually found that out just recently while using the AirPods 2, and I didn't know about it before. It was kind of just an intuitive thing, but it ended up they had functionality for it, so super nice. Again, these things are for the use case of conveniency. Their high ends are a little tinny. That's what I noticed with these things, is as soon as I put them on, I was like, ooh, because I was very much used to the sound quality of the Bose, but I was willing to give that up because these things, as far as convenience goes, have been wonderful. It connects to the phone really quickly, put them in, double tap, instant listening to whatever I'm wanting to listen to. Very small. Again, I don't have to worry about lugging them around. I just really have to worry about battery life, and it's just an overall good experience. But they both have their use cases. These things are not going to stay in while I'm running, and they don't really sound that great. But then again, they are wireless headphones, so that is the trade-off that you're getting with those in the first place, really. So that kind of wraps up all my opinions I have on the products. If you guys want more tech reviews, I know I'm not really a tech review channel, but if you were interested in it, if you did like it, and if you made it this far, maybe I guess you did, whatever. But if you guys liked it and you want me to do more, leave some stuff down in the comments. I'll be sure to be reading those. I don't usually do the tech reviews again, but if you guys want more, there's a couple other things I could talk about. For instance, the little charging solution I have, if you notice the little thing in the bottom of the AirPods here, or even just talking about the Freeze or anything else that you guys are interested in, I'd be down to be doing. Vlogs are coming up soon. I know you guys want more Ashland and all that, so don't worry, that's on its way. Also doing a music video, a cover thing for one of my friends, so stay tuned for that. And that'll be it for me today, guys. I hope, again, you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment as per usual, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Whoop.